Good morning. Welcome to Gimpy's History Corner. I'm called Gimpy by my grandsons, who I'll be picking up from school today and tomorrow. This is video 384, starting a series on the U.S. flight to the moon, the Artemis program. Do that first, and then I'll do one what other countries are planning to do with the moon here in coming years. And then I'll do one on humans' understanding of the moon through history. So this is kind of a moon-themed section. And because America's program is named after a Greek goddess, Artemis, I'll get into the Greek and Roman gods tomorrow. Okay, so Artemis 1 is the first of the flights in this series of Artemis flights by NASA in the United States, combined with some private companies. And they're naming this series of flights after a Greek goddess of nature, Artemis. Now the Greek god stories are wild, so we'll get into that tomorrow. But this one is Artemis 1. The first one was an uncrewed test flight in 2022. They wanted to test the Space Launch System, the SLS rocket, and Orion spacecraft before flying astronauts. Orion is the craft that the astronauts will stay in. It was launched November 16th, 2022, traveled 1.4 million miles, entered a distant retrograde orbit around the moon, and returned safely. NASA validated the heat shield, the navigation system, propulsion system, and deep space operations. So that was a successful test. Artemis 2 was the first crewed flight. It was a lunar flyby, the first lunar flyby in 50 years. And this was this past year, just a month ago or so. Completed in April 2026 by NASA, 4 astronauts flew a 10-day figure-8 trajectory around the moon, reached 252,756 miles from Earth, breaking the Apollo 13 distance record. Good job. It demonstrated Orion's life support, navigation, and deep space crew operations systems. NASA calls Artemis 2 the first step toward a lunar presence and eventual Mars mission. What? We're going to Mars? Holy mackerel. Artemis 3 is scheduled for 2027. It's an Earth orbit test flight. Orion will remain in Earth orbit, test docking between Orion and a commercial human landing system, HLS, vehicles. And they haven't made up their mind if they're going to use SpaceX under Elon Musk or Blue Origin, Blue Moon under Jeff Bezos. So I guess those two private companies are competing to get that job. I wonder if that'll be based on bribery or competence. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. This docking capability is required before any lunar landing attempt. Artemis 4 will be the first lunar landing in 2028. Orion, which is with the astronauts, will launch to a lunar orbit, will dock with a commercial HLS lander, either through SpaceX or Blue Origin, and 2 astronauts will land men near the south pole of the moon, an area never visited by humans. I wonder why we're going there. Artemis 5 and beyond, building a permanent lunar presence, 2028 through 2032. Annual crew landings in 2028. NASA aims for semi-annual lunar mission once Artemis 4 succeeds. They want to establish a permanent moon base by 2032, including a surface habitat, power systems, mobility using pressurized rovers, resource extraction, like mining, and especially water ice. Why do we want water ice? And scientific outposts. Gateway Launch Space Station, a small station in lunar orbit to support crew transfers, science experiments, logistics, and Mars mission staging. We're going to Mars. International and commercial expansion. Private companies and other nations are preparing their own landers and lunar infrastructure, making the moon a future gateway hub for deeper solar exploration? What's that mean, solar exploration? Okay, there you go. Artemis going to establish a base on the moon and go there repeatedly. Start digging stuff out of the moon, like water, ice. I'm not sure why that's valuable. Maybe there's something else that they're not telling us about. But it's exciting. I was a kid when the Apollo missions were going on the moon. Those were always exciting. And you had these people saying, oh, we never really went to the moon. That was a trick. They were in a Hollywood set. So I guess we're really going this time. And I wonder if the aliens will be there to watch us or help us or hinder us. My next video will be on what other countries are doing about going to the moon. It's going to get crowded up there. Okay, so this is Thursday, Rosie's breakfast day. I was down there today and you could hardly park near Rosie. All the construction going on downtown Noblesville. I don't know. I guess it's necessary. Let's hope so. It's going to disrupt a lot of businesses. Okay, thank you. Have a great day.